On New Year's Day, my mom said her godson would be visiting. Seeing my boyfriend sitting in the living room, I froze instantly. Mom said, "Hurry up and call him brother." My face turned pale as I forced out the words through gritted teeth, "Happy New Year, brother." On January 1st, my mom dragged me out of bed, yelling that her godson was coming over and I had to look presentable so I wouldn't embarrass her. Hugging my blanket, I mumbled to myself, "What godson?" Then I drifted back to sleep. Until the door banged loudly. I stumbled out in my pajamas, hair a messy nest. Stretching lazily, my eyes casually fell on a familiar figure sitting on the sofa. Hearing the sound, he slowly turned his head. I froze instantly. My mom shot me a disgusted look. "What are you wearing? How could you come out like this?" She even walked over and tugged at my Peppa Pig pajamas. "What are you standing there for? Hurry up and call him brother. My face flushed. I forced the words out through gritted teeth, "Happy New Year, brother." Alex Liu sat slumped on the sofa, eyeing me with a hint of amusement. "Happy New Year, little sister." He deliberately emphasized the last two words. I fled back to my room, stared at my reflection in the mirror, and my lips twitched. Inside, I was utterly devastated. In front of Alex, I always made sure to dress up beautifully. How could I show up looking like this, disheveled and wearing ridiculously childish pajamas? Great. My perfect image in front of him was completely ruined. Anyway, Alex had already seen my true self. What did it matter if I dressed up or not? Feeling like a broken pot, I washed my face, skipped makeup, threw on a white tracksuit, and went out. I plopped down across from him, expressionless, pouring myself tea and drinking it as if he were invisible. Alex's gaze shifted from his phone to me, the corners of his lips curving slightly. "Come sit closer." I deliberately pretended not to hear him, pulling out my phone to open a game. "Cecilia, come sit closer." Alex called again, his tone calm. I remained unmoved. I didn't believe Alex could do anything to me under my parents' watchful eyes. Alex suddenly chuckled softly, his voice lazy yet clear. "Young lady, do you need me to pull you over?" I shot him a glare before reluctantly moving closer. The moment I sat down, Alex grabbed my waist and pulled me into his embrace for a kiss. My eyes widened. I pounded his chest with my fists, protesting, "Alex, my parents are in the kitchen." Alex only wanted a kiss to ease his longing. Pulling away from my lips, he leaned against my shoulder and chuckled softly, "Miss Big Shot sure has a temper when she wakes up." I pushed him away expressionlessly. "You better give me a reasonable explanation for what happened today." After a long silence with no response from Alex, I frowned and turned my head to look at him. Alex was sprawled lazily on the sofa, his eyes sparkling with amusement as he watched me. "What are you looking at?" I turned away uncomfortably, wondering if my appearance changed drastically with or without makeup. Alex suddenly leaned closer, ruffling my hair until my messy bun fell apart. His lips curved in a smile as he murmured softly, "I'm looking at my adorable girlfriend. I thought makeup made you beautiful, but it turns out your bare face is the most beautiful." Hearing Alex compliment me for the first time, and not even minding my bare face, made my heart soar with joy. "Really?" I threw myself into his arms, lifting my face to look at him with sparkling eyes. Alex was utterly charmed by his girlfriend's cuteness and wanted to hold her close for a kiss, but he remembered they were in her home. "What do you think, silly?" "Cecilia, come help serve the food." Mom suddenly yelled from the kitchen, startling me into jumping up reflexively. Alex couldn't stop laughing. I glared at him before reluctantly heading to the kitchen to serve the dishes. During dinner, Mom treated Alex like her own son, constantly checking in on him, fussing over him, and eagerly serving him food. My gaze lingered resentfully on the mountain of bowls piled high across from me, consumed by envy. "Alex, did Cecilia ever cause you trouble at school?" Mom asked. "No, Mom. Cecilia was always well behaved," Alex replied earnestly. I abruptly set down my chopsticks. "That's my mom, not yours." Alex raised an eyebrow. "Isn't your mom my mom too?" His words were cryptic, but I instantly got his meaning. My ears flushed crimson. My mom slapped me on the head in exasperation. "How dare you talk like that? Alex is my godson. He doesn't like calling me godmother, so what if he calls me mom? Got a problem with that?" I shot a pleading look at my dad. He shrugged helplessly. I pouted. I didn't even know you two had a godson you loved more than your own daughter. Oh, I wonder who that could be. The one who used to follow Alex around like a shadow, calling him Big Brother all the time. How come I don't remember that? With your memory of just eating, sleeping, and partying, how could you possibly remember? Humph. Is that really my own mother talking? Just then, my mom pulled out a red envelope for Alex. I snatched it angrily and stormed back to my room. It's fine, Mom. Give it to Cecilia. No way. Wait here, I'll make you a bigger one. Mom went back to her room to prepare the red envelope. A moment later, she emerged with a bulging envelope and pressed it into Alex's arms. Here you go. This is from me. Thanks, Mom. Alex's lips curved upward. Soon after, relatives arrived for New Year's greetings. Worried her godson might get bored, Mom patted his shoulder. Alex, go play with Cecilia. I'll entertain the guests. Sure, Mom. Alex tucked away his phone and headed toward my room. Long, pale fingers curled, tapping the door absently. Come in, it's unlocked, a female voice called from inside. Alex pushed the door open and casually locked it behind him. After a while, hearing no sound, I turned to look. Alex was leaning against the bookshelf, flipping through a book. I sat up, my beautiful eyes fixed on him. You're just in time. Explain what's going on. Alex lifted his eyelids lazily to meet mine, a smirk playing on his lips. Miss Priss, you think I'd lug luggage for a freshman? Or show up just in time when she's in danger? I pursed my lips. A spoiled rich kid like Alex, who had people wait on him hand and foot, would never help a girl for no reason. So it's because my mom asked you to look after me that you've been so nice? Alex placed his books back on the shelf and walked toward me, leaning in close. I leaned back slightly. Our eyes met, and Alex chuckled softly. What are you nervous about? This is your home. It's not like I'm going to eat you. I glared at him, pushing him away with my red-polished fingers. A red envelope fell from his embrace. My mom gave you this? I pulled out a stack of bills, my eyes suddenly filled with resentment. Mom sure is biased. She stuffed her godson's red envelope to the brim, but mine only had 100. Alex suddenly grabbed my waist and pulled me against him, forcing me to tilt my head up to meet his gaze. He curved his lips. What's mine is yours. At first, it was because your mom asked me to look after you. Later, it was because I wanted to take better care of my future wife. I wrapped my arms around his neck, my eyes crinkling in amusement. So it seems the esteemed young Master Lu had this planned all along? Alex leaned down and kissed me lightly, whispering affectionately into my ear, my mom taught me, if you like someone, snatch them home ASAP. Otherwise, if someone else swoops in, where will you go to cry? So what exactly did you like about me? You're scatterbrained, forgetful, and hopeless with directions. I liked you, but you couldn't even tell. You thought I was hitting on your roommate and stupidly pushed her account over to me. My lips twitched. You're seriously messed up, liking my flaws. I huffed, reaching to tug his hair. But the jerk suddenly let go, and I fell flat on the bed, caught off guard. Outside the door, I heard the rustling sound of keys turning in the lock. The moment the door opened, I frantically grabbed Alex's hand and shoved him under the covers. A woman walked in, dressed up like a peacock, arms crossed over her chest as she leaned against the doorframe. I glared at her furiously. Betty, you come in without knocking? Looking for a beating? Oh, so angry? Could it be, cousin, you're hiding a man in your golden house? What business is it of yours if I'm hiding a man? Get out, and close the door behind you. I snapped, though my heart was racing. It felt like being caught in the act of an affair. Once the room quieted down, Alex emerged from under the covers with a dark expression. When had the esteemed eldest son of the Liu family ever looked so disheveled? I reached out to smooth down the tuft of hair sticking up on his head, offering an awkward smile. It was a moment of desperation. I had no choice. Alex pulled me into his arms, gritting his teeth. Am I that unpresentable? I cleared my throat. Let's take you out to meet everyone right now. The living room was bustling with relatives who had all arrived. I pulled Alex to sit on the corner sofa. No sooner had we settled than my aunt approached with a beaming smile. Cecilia, is this your boyfriend? Before I could say yes, my mom's booming voice echoed through the room before she even arrived. What nonsense. This is my precious son. My lips twitched. Great. My boyfriend was now my non-blood related brother. Alex, this is Auntie. Mom enthusiastically took Alex's hand, practically eager to introduce him to every relative and friend. Alex smiled gently. Hello, Auntie. I'm Alex. My aunt couldn't stop gushing over the handsome guy, bombarding him with questions about whether he had a girlfriend. Her daughter was quite pretty. Would he consider dating her? Alex glanced at me, raised an eyebrow, and smiled lightly. Auntie, I have a fiancé. My face flushed instantly. When did I become his fiancé? How come I didn't know? Auntie looked a bit disappointed but still managed to slip Alex a big red envelope. Relatives kept coming over to hand out red envelopes. I shamelessly stood in front of Alex and took them for him. Here. My brother's too shy to accept them himself. I'll take them for him. Before long, my arms were full of red envelopes meant for Alex, not a single one for me. I stuffed them all into my own pockets, my face darkening. Turning around, I met a pair of eyes full of meaning. He curved his lips silently, saying, "Call me brother one more time." My face flushed instantly as I sat down beside him. Amidst the noisy crowd, I secretly slipped my hand into his. When no one was looking, I quickly leaned in close to his ear and whispered, "Brother." Alex's ears visibly flushed red. Taking advantage of everyone chatting, I stealthily tugged Alex away. We'd already got the red envelopes, no need to stick around for the relatives. But the moment my hand touched the doorknob, my mom caught us. What are you two sneaking around for? Someone might think you're off to start a romance. My eyes lit up instantly. I turned and wrapped my arms around her. What if I said we were? Mom shot me a dismissive glance. You've got nothing but your looks. Why would Alex ever go for you? That didn't sit well with me. What if Alex does fall for my looks? Mom's expression remained cool. Sweetie, daydreaming on New Year's isn't good. Snap out of it. Alex couldn't hold back a laugh. Furious, I stormed over, grabbed Alex's tie, yanked him down, and planted a kiss on him. My mom froze. No, the entire living room full of relatives froze. Embarrassed, I pulled away and turned to run. Alex grabbed my arm, pulling me into his embrace. Mom, Cecilia is my girlfriend. They say a daughter-in-law is half a son, so now I'm truly your son. Without waiting for my mother's reaction, he swept me into his arms and walked out the door. I sat stiffly in Alex's car, and he found it amusing. What are you worried about? Keeping the family treasure in the family, isn't that a good thing? I shot him a glare. What do you know? If my mom finds out I snatched her precious godson, she'll tear me apart. Alex drove calmly. With me here, Mom won't do anything to you. I hung my head dejectedly. That was all I could do. Where are you taking me now? My place. Your place? I sat bolt upright. Going to your house looking like this isn't exactly appropriate, is it? Alex glanced at me, a faint smile in his eyes. If you weren't like this, I'd never have known how adorable you are without makeup. Smooth talker. I said it with a pout, but inside, my heart was bubbling over with sweetness. Arriving at the Liu residence, the sight of that luxurious mansion made my legs tremble as I stepped out of the car. I clung to Alex's arm, looking up at him in confusion. How did your wealthy family ever connect with mine? Alex naturally wrapped an arm around my waist, running a hand through my long curls. Your mom and my mom were classmates. They grew up together. Then why don't I remember you? Every time I came over for New Year's greetings, your mom said you were still asleep. I didn't visit your house often otherwise, so it's not surprising we never met. Come on, fiancé. Time to meet the in-laws. Before we even entered, a flamboyant figure rushed over and wrapped her arms around Alex, shoving me aside. Alex, I missed you so much. Alex pulled the woman off him with a grim expression, his voice icy. Didn't I tell you not to touch me? Donna, keep this up and you're out of my house. A few days ago, Donna had shamelessly insisted on staying with the Liu family for the New Year celebrations and moved in for a few days. Donna was the daughter of Alex's father's comrade in arms. The Liu couple adored her, treating her practically like their own daughter. Alex stepped around her, took my hand, and led me inside. I said nothing, but inside I seethed. My boyfriend had been embraced by another woman. Wait, Alex. Do you know what's happening inside? Donna stood before him in her high heels, her posture haughty. Inside? We're discussing our marriage. My body stiffened in disbelief. Alex didn't even glance at her, just lowered his head and said softly to me, "Don't listen to her nonsense. Let's go in." Compared to the Tao family's lively atmosphere, the Liu family's living room felt much quieter. Their respective parents sat on the sofa. I unconsciously tightened my grip on Alex's hand, my expression sour. Alex's expression darkened completely. Liu's mother, seeing her son return, rushed toward him joyfully. When she noticed me, she paused, then recovered quickly. "Cecilia, why didn't you call ahead to let Auntie know you were coming? I could have prepared something you like." I didn't respond, instead looking up at Alex questioningly. "Your auntie's son?" Alex's gaze softened as he looked at me, the corners of his mouth lifting slightly. "Finally remembered?" My lips twitched. Now I truly did remember. As a child, I'd fallen for a handsome little boy, following him around like a shadow, clinging to his coattails and declaring I'd marry him when I grew up. Little did I know that boy was Alex. Talk about fate bringing us together. Alex wrapped his arm around my waist, his voice low but clear enough for everyone to hear. "This is my fiancée, Cecilia. She's the only one I'll ever marry." The Liu parents looked awkward. Mrs. Liu pulled her son close and whispered, "We've been discussing your marriage plans. Now you tell us your girlfriend isn't Donna?" "Mom, when did I ever say Donna was my girlfriend? Could you ask me before making decisions behind my back? And my affairs don't require your concern." Alex turned around and found me gone. His brow furrowed slightly. Just as he was about to chase after me, his gaze fell coldly on Donna. Ignoring the presence of both sets of parents, he spat out a threat, "Get out of my house. Don't let me see you again." Outside, a sudden blizzard began, making my already thin clothing feel even more inadequate. Rubbing my palms together and breathing warm air into them, I suddenly felt a heavy, warm weight on my shoulder. Looking up, I saw Alex. "What are you doing out here instead of staying inside with your fiancé?" I asked sarcastically. Alex pulled me and my coat into his embrace, lowering his head to rest his forehead against mine. His voice softened. "My fiancé is right here in my arms." My heart warmed, but I felt uneasy. I pushed him away, snapping, "Alex, why do you keep secrets from me about everything? You're my mom's godson. You never told me that once since we met. And this time? If I hadn't come home with you, I wouldn't even know you had a fiancé." Alex pinched the bridge of his nose. "Cecilia, let me explain." "Explain what?" "Alex, you only look out for me because of my mom's request, not because you genuinely care. Donna is the one you truly like, right?" My words cut sharply, like I was venting years of pent-up resentment. Everyone at a university knows the computer science genius has an art department campus queen as his girlfriend. It's all over campus, and I've never once seen you come out to deny it. In your wallet, there's a photo of you two together. I never once questioned you about it. You could tell me if you wanted to, or not if you didn't. I respected your choice. But this time, you've let me down so badly. If I hadn't come back with you, would you just skip straight to your boyfriend's wedding next time?" I finished in one breath, snatched my coat off my shoulder, and threw it at Alex before turning to leave. He grabbed my wrist, his voice pleading behind me, "Cecilia, this is my fault. I should have explained things to you properly." I shook off his hand and shot him a sarcastic look. "Alex, let's both cool off. Sort out your mess and come find me later." We'd come in Alex's car, but now I had to walk back on my own 2 feet. In this hellish weather, it suddenly started snowing. Freezing cold. My anger grew with every step. Alex tried several times to drape his coat over me, but I flung it away each time. "Scumbag. I don't want your damn coat." In the swirling snow, I rubbed my palms together and quickened my pace. Alex followed silently behind. He knew I was too furious to hear anything, so he just stayed behind me in silence. After walking a while, I spotted a taxi. Just as I went to hail it, the car pulled up in front of Alex. Fuming, I strode over, opened the door, and slid in, a seamless, fluid motion. Back home, sure enough, I caught a cold. Weak and curled up in bed under the quilt, I sniffled and cursed Alex, calling him a jerk. My phone buzzed incessantly. I picked it up to find messages all from Alex. Just as I was about to ignore them, a new notification popped up. Cecilia, this is Donna. Let's meet up and talk about Alex. Are rivals this brazen nowadays? Daring to directly contact the main woman? I replied, fine. You pick the place. The next day, my cold hadn't cleared up, but I didn't care. I was determined to take down my rival. Early in the morning, I dressed up beautifully. My long, wavy hair, like seaweed, fell loosely behind me. I wore a burgundy silk dress with a high slit, paired with 8-centimeter heels, instantly radiating the aura of a queen. I threw on a long coat and grabbed my small purse. We graduated. If I didn't dress more maturely now, people would laugh at me thinking I was still in high school. Arriving at the destination, I sat down directly across from Donna without hesitation. Surprise flashed in her eyes. She clearly hadn't expected such a transformation. You have 5 minutes. Keep it short. I casually flicked my hair aside, my tone cool and detached. The look on my face suggested I couldn't care less about her. Donna gritted her teeth slightly, but quickly suppressed it, reverting to her usual haughty demeanor. If it weren't for your sudden reappearance, Alex and I would be getting married next month. Oh, really? That's too bad. I sipped my coffee, responding indifferently. Donna dug her nails into her palms, her face still haughty. Cecilia, during our 4 years at university, you must have heard plenty of people say I was Alex's girlfriend. Alex and I met in high school. It was love at first sight for both of us, and we fell deeply in love. Unfortunately, it didn't last long. One of Alex's best friends died in a car accident while we were on a road trip together. Alex lost all desire to be in a relationship. To spare me from waiting, he broke up with me. I refused to accept it. For him, I gave up my chance to study abroad and enrolled in the same university. You've seen it yourself, the photo of us in his wallet. He still loves me. Being with you is just to make me jealous. I suddenly laughed. Donna, did you drag me out today just to stake your claim? If that's the case, wouldn't it be embarrassing for you if I didn't take the bait? I know Alex better than you do. He'd never date someone just to make someone jealous. Oh, and I forgot to mention, Alex and I have known each other since birth. He's always liked me. We lost touch for a while, but when we ended up at the same university, he pursued me relentlessly. You must have heard about it, the computer genius personally helping a freshman carry her suitcase, playing piano for her at the welcome party. Donna's face twisted into a hideous grimace. I snorted derisively. What a thick skin you have, Donna. Do you really think you're all that? But thanks to your overconfidence this time, Alex and I have grown much closer. Next month, we'll be inviting you to our wedding. Donna stormed off, snatching her bag in fury. I exhaled in relief, patting my chest and gulping down coffee. Lying through my teeth was exhausting. Suddenly, applause erupted behind me. I turned to see a man in a navy suit rise from his seat. With a long stride, he sat directly across from me. I was taken aback. Bruno? Cecilia, it's been ages. Never imagined our reunion would involve witnessing you tear your rival to shreds. You're getting more and more formidable. Bruno smiled at me, his tone gentle. Just as I was about to respond, I spotted Alex pushing open the door at the entrance. A mischievous thought struck me, and I deliberately raised my voice. Mr. Bruno, I'm very satisfied with you. How about we get married tomorrow? Before I could finish, Alex was already standing before me. Honey, are you saying we should get married tomorrow? Then let's go. No need to wait until tomorrow, we can do it today. My lips twitched. I glared up at him. Alex, why aren't you playing by the rules? No, what are you doing here? Can't you see I'm on a blind date? Why are you ruining it? My tone turned cold. Alex hung his coat aside and squeezed in next to me. A blind date? Honey, are you dissatisfied with my skills? No worries, tonight we can practice some more. Ahem ahem. Bruno cleared his throat deliberately. Miss Tao, you said you were single. Who is this? I forced a smile. My mom's son, my brother. He got his brain caught in a door recently, so it's not working right. He says all sorts of nonsense. Mr. Bruno, Don't mind him. Let's continue. Not quite right in the head? Alex glared at me, grinding his teeth. I wasn't afraid of him. I stood tall and met his gaze. What? Got a problem with that? Alex pressed his tongue against his cheek, then suddenly chuckled softly. No problem at all. How could this humble servant dare to have an opinion about the wife? Pfft. I shot him a glare, and any desire to catch up with Bruno vanished. I grabbed my bag and stood up. Let's talk on the phone, I told Bruno. With that, I turned and walked away. Alex raised an eyebrow at the man across from him. I know you. You're one of Cecilia's suitors. We'll invite you to our wedding. Alex rushed over and hoisted me onto his shoulder without a word. My head was spinning, and I felt utterly miserable. I pounded his back a few times. Alex, you bastard. Put me down. At the parking lot, Alex shoved me into the car, jumped in after me, and locked the doors. Fuming, I kicked his pant leg with my high heels. Alex, you're out of your mind. Alex suddenly chuckled low. Cecilia, you went on a blind date. Did you think I was dead? Then you openly let your love rival stay at your place. Did you think I was dead? Donna was Jackson's girlfriend, Alex said abruptly. Who's Jackson? A shadow of melancholy fell over Alex. He was my childhood friend. In high school, he fell for Donna at first sight. They got together fast. After graduation, the three of us organized a road trip, each driving our own car. Donna rode with Jackson. Alex paused here, his voice hoarse. While crossing the street, a truck lost its brakes. Jackson died instantly, and Donna was critically injured. During that time, Donna was very unstable. I paid her extra attention. After all, she was Jackson's girlfriend before he died. Who knew she'd fall for me? She even exploited our family's connection to act without restraint. Hearing this, I felt incredibly fortunate I hadn't fallen for Donna's lies. She twisted everything about her relationship with Jackson into something with Alex. And thank goodness I hadn't told him what Donna said, or Alex would have definitely come looking for me. Alex suddenly changed the subject. Cecilia, you said you saw the photo in my wallet. Did you just glance at it without getting a clear look? He held out his hand, pinching a photo between his index and middle fingers, a faint smile playing on his lips. Now look at this photo properly. I took the photo from his hand. It was a group shot of 3 people, with Donna in the center. Back then, only a corner of the photo had been visible, obscuring Jackson's position, so I'd instinctively assumed it was a photo of Donna and Alex together. I instantly felt so embarrassed I wanted to crawl into a hole. And you said everyone's been spreading rumors that Donna is my girlfriend? How come what I heard is different from you? What I heard was that the computer science genius has a crush on a freshman girl and is relentlessly pursuing her. This time, my face flushed completely. So, has the young lady calmed down now? Alex chuckled softly, his voice clear and deep. Like it's that easy to calm down? You should have made things clear from the start instead of letting me misunderstand. I feigned indignation. Suddenly, Alex leaned in close, wrapping an arm around my waist and silencing me with a kiss that made me swallow all my complaints. Later, without my knowledge, Alex personally went to Donna's house. Not only did he explain everything, but he also severed the cooperation between the two families. His methods were so ruthless that Lou's father smashed a cup in anger. At the very least, he should have considered the relationship between the two families. Alex merely replied indifferently, anyone who messes with my people pays the price. While Mr. Lou was furious, Mrs. Lou was ecstatic. She followed Alex around all night, nagging, hurry up and marry Cecilia. If you don't, someone else will swoop in first. Alex was headache-inducing. Mom, I'm already making plans. Stop worrying so much. Meanwhile, I was happily tearing open red envelopes on my bed, all the ones Alex had received. Staring at the pile of bills, I nearly squealed with delight, feeling like I'd struck it rich overnight. Little rich girl, want to be my sugar baby? A crisp, pleasant voice suddenly rang in my ear. My eardrums tingled, and my chest felt like it was being gently sanded. Suppressing the flutter in my heart, I turned and grabbed his tie. Alex, his hands in his pockets, was forced to bend over, his eyes crinkling as he looked at me. I lifted my chin to meet his gaze, my voice soft and warm, my eyes fixed on him. So, what's your price, young Master Lou? Giving you to me should suffice. So I'm supposed to keep you as my mistress and then give myself to you too? Alex suddenly scooped me up by the waist and kissed me, his eyes crinkling with tenderness. Not entirely impossible. I blushed and pushed him away. Rogue, you wish. Alex chuckled softly, ruffling my long curls affectionately. Princess, change your clothes. Husband will take you to the hot springs. My eyes lit up instantly, and I bounced around excitedly, picking out an outfit. Half an hour later, when I emerged from the bedroom, my mom nearly laughed herself silly. Why are you dressed like a little penguin? I glared at Alex. It's all thanks to your wonderful son. He's all bundled up in a simple turtleneck and coat, but he layers me up like a snowman, thermal underwear, then a thick coat, and finally a long down jacket. Not only that, he made me wear a fluffy hat too. I was completely covered in white, barely able to walk. My face darkened, but Alex seemed pleased. In front of my parents, he cupped my face and kissed me. Bundle up, I like it. Though I feigned annoyance, my heart was bubbling with sweetness. Alex took me to the resort, and I was thrilled like a wide-eyed kid, exploring every corner. All bundled up, I nearly stumbled and fell flat on my face. Luckily, Alex was quick as lightning, grabbing the hood of my down jacket and yanking me right into his arms. I laughed and wrapped my arms around his waist. Alex leaned down and kissed me, his voice lazy and indulgent. Little penguin, don't get lost. That evening, I wanted to soak in the hot springs, but Alex suddenly took a call and left. After waiting half an hour with no sign of him, I secretly pulled out my sexy swimsuit and headed to the springs alone. I'd slipped the swimsuit into my bag when Alex wasn't looking. At the hot spring pool, I slipped off my bathrobe and stepped in. The warm water opened my pores instantly, pure bliss. Soaking there, I nearly drifted off to sleep. Suddenly, I fell into a warm embrace. Instinctively, I wrapped my arms around his neck. In my daze, someone was kissing me, startling me awake. My eyes met Alex's handsome face. I breathed a sigh of relief and playfully punched his firm chest. My voice was soft and sticky as I complained, "You scared me." Alex nuzzled close to my ear. "Babe, where'd you get that bikini?" My hands pressed against his chest, my eyes darting away as I mumbled, "I slipped it on when you weren't looking." Alex pressed against me, one hand undoing the ties at my back. He held the pitifully small piece of fabric in his hand, admiring it. "It looks great on you. Buy more next time." My eyes reddened as I looked at him pitifully, my lips already swollen from his kisses. "No way. If you want more, buy them yourself." Alex chuckled. "Fine, I'll buy them." After 2 hours of lingering in the hot springs, Alex carried me back to the room. My whole body felt limp and mushy, I simply had no strength left to walk. I collapsed onto the bed and fell asleep. By the floor-to-ceiling window, Alex was on the phone. "Let's reschedule for tomorrow. There's no rush." The next day, I woke up in Alex's arms. Just as I tried to get out of bed, he wrapped his arms around my waist. A warm body pressed against my back, and Alex's lazy voice murmured in my ear, "Honey, where are you going?" I turned and rested my hand on his chest. Alex still had his eyes closed. A mischievous thought popped into my head. I grabbed my phone and snapped a few photos of his sleeping face. I'd sell them later for a profit, sleepy pics of the Liu family's eldest son. Who wouldn't be mesmerized? Especially those women who fancied Alex. They'd be fighting over them. Lost in my blissful daydream, the phone suddenly vanished from my hand. "Cecilia, sneaking photos of this young master first thing in the morning? You've got some nerve. Spill it. What are you up to?" I protested, "Nothing much. Just wanted to admire them myself." "I'm right here, why would you need photos?" His voice was low and husky, rich and deep. When he spoke softly like that, it carried a thick, flirtatious undertone. He leaned in as he spoke, and before I knew it, we spent the entire day in bed. I wanted to cry but couldn't. Why did I have to be so reckless? By evening, Alex dressed me in a beautiful white gown, paired with 6-inch heels. He draped his coat over my shoulders, its hem reaching my ankles. Maximum warmth guaranteed. "Alex, is this your first time treating me to a candlelit dinner?" I propped my chin on my hands, my eyes sparkling as I looked at Alex across from me. "If you like it, I'll make you candlelit dinners every day." Alex's eyes softened as he carefully sliced my steak and placed it before me. After our sweet candlelit dinner, fireworks suddenly erupted outside. I excitedly stepped forward to watch, Alex swiftly following with my coat draped over my shoulders. Fireworks shot into the night sky like shooting stars, bursting into dazzling displays of color. After watching for a while, I finally realized, Alex, was that my name just now? Before Alex could respond, another breathtaking burst of fireworks lit up the dark night sky. Cecilia, I love you. Will you marry me? My eyes welled up, and I playfully punched Alex's chest. If you make me cry, you're sleeping on the couch tonight. Alex looked both amused and exasperated. He kissed my tear-stained eyes and asked earnestly, So, Cecilia, will you marry me? As he spoke, Alex produced the ring and knelt on one knee. Overwhelmed with emotion, tears streamed down my face. You already call me your wife, how could I refuse? A smile touched Alex's lips as he carefully slipped the ring onto my finger. Then he pulled me into his arms and leaned down to kiss me. Thanks for watching. Subscribe to the channel for more exciting romantic stories.